Well, it's February 28th, about 3:30. I wanted to use today as maybe a planning day for some possible ideas for vlogs. I like all this scenery stuff too. I'm over by the Silver Lake area in Fort Worth.
Please subscribe show, YouTube. Cole Spivey. That was good. That was real good.
All right, so we're inside here. So here we go. Ready? You're a pretty good roller skater. Oh yeah, you've pretty much mastered roller skating. I can tell.
Please subscribe show, YouTube. Cole Spivey. Yeah, man.
Big time traffic over here. Well, I decided to do some writing, and I was still thinking of other vlogs to do. And of course, I think the U.S. Post Office that's in Fort Worth, which was built in 1933, I think that's the one I'm probably gonna maybe try to at least go by there soon. But for right now, I went ahead and made some leftovers of some ravioli. Well, they weren't really leftovers. They were just a bag that Linda didn't finish when she was here. What I did was I cut up some of these orange and red peppers, which Linda and I did some research. We found out that vitamin C, these things are packed with vitamin C right here. It's like 345% of the vitamin C. I mean, not just this little piece, but a whole red bell pepper. So, I mean, that's almost better than a lemon. And then you got the orange ones, which are about 245% of your vitamin C, the whole pepper, of course. And also, it carries a little more vitamin A than the red one. I'll show you the bag of, anyway, the raviolis. These are pretty easy to cook. You take boiling water, put the ravioli in there for about, I don't know, about 3 minutes. So, let's see, timer. I guess we're doing the timer here. So about 3 minutes. So you let it go for about 3 minutes, and then it'll float to the top, and that means it's ready. It turns kind of yellow, and it floats to the top. And then you basically only let it simmer for 3 minutes, but you bring to a boil and then let it simmer. If it's a quick cook, you can just do boiling for 3 minutes, but regardless, you want it to be simmering while it's happening. That's still going on there. But that's what I'm focusing on now, is probably maybe the U.S. Post Office from Fort Worth. It's 1933. Maybe talk about the architecture and go over there. It looks like a really cool building. The other day when I drove by it, there were still actual post trucks. There were postal trucks. There were U.S. Post trucks out front. So I think it's still being used as a post office, believe it or not. So we may not have access inside, but we can at least vlog the outside of it. So the two that I used this rustic cut sweet peppers, which I microwaved here, and I'm just gonna dump the ravioli inside that. And then the shrimp and crab ravioli is what this is, what's left over of it. So it looks like a pretty good one. I'm thinking about doing a lot of dishes that are like easy cleanup dishes. Linda did a taco kit the other night. It was like no cleanup at all. Raviolis is also another one that you can do where it's like very little cleanup. I may take a little bit of the juice, not all of it, but just like a little bit. Just kind of pour it on there a little bit. It's got the vitamins in it from the bell pepper. Oh, of course. This maybe I could use. I'll probably just use this one right here. And then, of course, salt. All right. Wearing my late night with Conan O'Brien shirt that I got for my first marriage. Turn this off right here. Try by those right here. Looks like it's steaming hot. I think I'm just gonna try a bite of the pepper. Sometimes the raviolis, you think, you know, okay, does that look safe to bite into? You bite in that, probably gonna burn the roof of your mouth. So I'm gonna let this cool off a little bit. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Welcome to the Please Subscribe show. I'm doing my own little miniature cooking show, more like warming up ravioli. Just drop the plate, not the plate, but this thing. I'm more like warming up raviolis, you know, take two kind of thing. But that's what it looks like right here. I'm actually gonna stir, let me put this over here. It's kind of hard to do, a cooking show by yourself, but I'm gonna stir some of this right here. Get some of the ravioli stuff in there. So it's more kind of like a sauce. Well, I mean, that's what pasta sauce is. Pour some of that on there. Just kind of get some of that in there. Bell peppers. It's kind of a light sauce. Just kind of how I like sauce sometimes. It's pretty good. Oh, I might add like a little bit of lemon. So I got hungry after the last one. I got hungry again. So I made this like hot dog looking thing. It's basically just a heated tortilla with 2 turkey dogs and some tomato. And then I'm gonna cut this up really quick. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it, someone's calling. All right, so I added some spinach to it. Linda called, so anyway. And I'm kind of continuing a story in words, which is different than actual, you know, video log. So it's actually, I'm using words like these things right here, where you kind of type some stuff. But anyway, that's, okay, she's calling me back. Linda called again. I guess she was having trouble with her roommate or wanted me to record something. I don't know. Anyway, I'll have to call her back, but I'm looking at some of the stuff that I've been writing, and I was thinking, I don't know how it would go off, like how it would work, like how it would read, or how the vlog would work well. But if you were like a writer, let's say, and you were brave enough to actually write stuff and then kind of read what you write. And I was thinking vlog ideas, and you know, today was a very, very kind of short day that kind of flew by really quick. I had to do a lot of stuff, technical stuff. I don't want to get into it, like all the stuff I had to do today. It was technical in the fact that it was, I don't know. I don't want to get into the whole specifics because it's kind of personal, technical stuff that I don't really want to talk about that comes about in your life. Technical in the fact that certain things have to be updated, stuff like that. And me being at times, I may be filled with anxiety. I don't know if I can blame necessarily like 9/11, for example, because I went through 9/11 in New York City a long, long time ago, but I was driving. I don't know if it's because weight change, I've gained a little bit of weight maybe, or maybe I've lost some weight. I really haven't kept up with that. I've been trying to diet more, and of course exercise when I can. In my line of work, since I do deliver food, I do get to walk around quite a bit and go up and down stairs and stuff. But I was thinking why I felt anxiety today, and maybe it's the end of the month. We had just gone through this whole winter thing, this whole freeze thing. And last 2021, which was last year, the freeze was really bad in Texas. This year, it was mild compared to last year, which was pretty tough. So I guess I was feeling some sort of anxiety, and I was thinking, a vlog I did. So I watched a few vloggers, of course, like Adam the Woo and Sharon the Wild Guy, which is in Canada, and just James and Carla, which are in New York. I find these new vloggers. Another guy is Tom D, NYC, and all these other New York vloggers. And I'm thinking, I wonder how well it would go if you were like a vlogger and you would write something, let's say, and then you would read it. It's kind of a personal thing, because a lot of times when I read, I'm like editing too. Not like editing as in editing the video, but as in editing the words, like for spelling and maybe a comma, or trying to make it read better. I thought that would be interesting to do. But yet, I don't know how many vloggers are out there that are actually doing it. Now, I will sit there and listen to audio stuff off of YouTube all the time. I did that with some Bukowski stuff. He wrote something called Post Office. I've done it quite a bit with Foster Wallace, David Foster Wallace stuff, where you just kind of let it play like you would an audiobook. But it'd be interesting in today's time, let's say, if like Thomas Wolfe, the writer from a long time ago, or Hemingway, or any of the writers, even what's his name, Jack Kerouac, or just any of the great writers that are out there, even Paul from the Bible, had his own device that he could actually talk into, because the written word, of course, is supposed to outlast everything anyway. But it would be interesting to cross the two. I remember watching an interview with Francis Ford Coppola, and he thought it was very interesting to cross the narrative with the documentary. That there was some type of fiction within the documentary world, or there was documentary in the fiction world. If the narrative is truly fiction, which it doesn't have to be, it can be nonfiction. But the narrative and the documentary being mixed and kind of thing. You can't really mix the written word with the video. Like the vlog and the blog are not the same thing. But as you can see, in this case, if you have it right in front of you, and I was actually reading this, it's kind of hard for me to do, because for some reason the words seem personal to me. And if I read them to you, even though I just wrote them, it's actually almost like more honest, even though I'm trying to write. It's pretty much nonfiction, but I changed the names and stuff. So, and I don't really fictionalize what really happens all the time. In some cases, I'll go off and I'll lie a little bit, or I'll change the wording a little bit. But I noticed that this got up to like 5 minutes, like really quick. So it changes the tone of a vlog, because I wrote these things out. But anyway, it's a story that I've been working on. It's a sequel to another story I wrote called Chin. And it's I guess that I'm only up to like 50 pages now. But I think Chin pumped out of me pretty quick. It only was like a total maybe like 300 pages. And I have kind of like a new kind of regulation where if I get to 300 pages, let's just call it good and move on to the next story. But I thought it'd be interesting to maybe to post something about, if you're working on a book or if you're working on a story and you want to share it. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff. I haven't found a lot of stuff on YouTube, but I'm sure there's plenty of stuff where the writer's sitting there talking about grammar and all this stuff, or talking about words as opposed to video, or as opposed to just vlogging. I thought it was an interesting vlog idea. Okay, so I guess the idea was you've got the cooking show, you got the guy with the guitar who basically is showing you different ways to play Cat Stevens or some other rock star. Here's how you can play this Pearl Jam song. Then you got the auto mechanic who's out there You got mimes that are out there showing you mime. You got actors out there who are just, being humane. And then, of course, you got the writer who just deals with words. So that you turn them into kind of like a filmmaker. It's kind of a lot to ask. But anyway, I thought it was a cool idea. I just don't know how well it would read, because the words are meant to be words, and then you're supposed to read them, and it kind of enters you and changes you in some way. The video log is meant to be a video log. At least I had the words going across, which you could do that with closed caption. I was mentioning that in this little entry that I wrote. Anyway, that was my idea, I guess, for today. How true I keep to this, I don't know, because it's a lot of work. But if you're kind of penned up, or you're not really doing a whole lot, and then you just start writing, and then you want to talk about it, ideas can come out of just the writing. And I'm sure there's probably a few famous vloggers that are working on their bio, and they want to put it in words rather than just keep it in video, because video is not exactly putting something in words. I remember when I took an English class, the English literature teacher would talk about how the book was put in this great wall. So the book was worthy as a book, and it was put into this kind of wall. Later on, of course, other walls have come about in my life. Facebook was created. There's the ongoing wall, but there is a wall in a library. When you go into a library wall, you put the book into a shelf, which is consistent with a wall. But I don't know. I think a lot of YouTube will probably end up in this wall, per se, whether it be a library or in bookstores, to a certain degree, which direction they would go. Because I really do feel the video is meant to be a video. I feel it's meant to be a vlog. And a blog, which is not exactly a vlog, it's mostly written word, is meant to be written word. So anyway, I thought it'd be cool to see more writers out there just kind of talking about their stories and stuff. But that's very stationary. It's very oral in the fact that you're just speaking, and a video shows the world and kind of uses the world as kind of like a language, or it shows what you're looking at as kind of like a language, and it speaks for you at times, and you don't have to do all the speaking. But that was my idea, I guess, eventually. And I guess I'm gonna have to call Linda back eventually by the end of the night. I wear these things too sometimes, because I wear them on top of my glasses, because they actually make me see better. Anyway, vlog over. Welcome to the Please Subscribe show. That would be a good one, sweetie. Welcome to the Please Subscribe show.
Welcome to the Please Subscribe show.